Hello, hello. Strixhaven is now on Moto, and the card I am most excited about is apparently just an uncommon. I went to pick up a couple of copies, and it was very accessible, and I was thrilled. And then I couldn't believe that a card that can do all of this for 2 mana at instant speed would be an uncommon. So this is Witherbloom Charm. The last mode, destroy target non-land permanent with CMC 2 or less, is why I'm excited about it. I think that goes great in the Lantern control deck. So we have this deck here that focuses around Lantern of Insight, as well as Codex Shredder and Pixis of Pandemonium. And the goal is to strip your opponent's hand of anything good, and then make sure that for the rest of the game, they also draw nothing good. It's notorious for being unfun, and that is because not enough people play it. So we will give it a go. We're down to 2 Ensnaring Bridge in main with Karn for the Wishboard between Crucible, Ensnaring Bridge, Torp Orbs, etc. But we might want the third one back. But we'll hop in queue and see kind of how long it takes to hit. Clang clang. How are you doing, my friend? Thank you for your puns. I appreciate your tenacity. So back alley deals and Facebook Marketplace is tough. One time I bought a pair of shoes from, I'm pretty sure, a drug dealer. And I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping. So the fun part about this deck is you get to win and you make your opponent miserable. Your opponent then will respond by trying to force you to time out. So we might concede a game or two that isn't going to happen within time, just to make sure that the content doesn't suffer for that. But it should give me plenty of time to talk to you fine folk. So this weekend, I am here. Next weekend, I am in Vegas. Who am I going to see next weekend? Hey, Brew Dude, thanks for coming in. Target player, you're going? Excellent. Vegas is the only one I've ever gone to. And we're going to disprove that by going to Amsterdam. All right. So we win a die roll. We don't have any Thoughtseize. We do have a Lantern and an Ancient Stirrings, but Urza Saga doesn't proc very well. If they are on anything slow, I think we can do this. Awesome. Well, I will for sure see you there. I get in late Thursday night, but I'll be with the crew most of the weekend, so hopefully we'll link up at some point. Oh, arena. I like an arena of glory. This is good. Thoughtseize is kind of dead right now, but Ancient Stirrings can find lands. But that means that we are currently in a race for... no, I work Thursday, so I get out at 7. But I think Nerd Girl Veggie will be in earlier. I assume they're going to get there earlier than me, but I'm getting in like 1 o'clock. Hey, Red Shirt, we're doing a little bit of Lantern control because we are at our core evil people. Okay, so Ghost Vacuum isn't bad because it stops Phage. But we're just going to try and give them all of the lands possible. Okay, so if I Urza's Saga here, we're losing the Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, I think we have to start cranking out Saga tokens. Ooh, Blood Moon. Can't be having that. So if we Thoughtseize, we cannot make a Saga token, and I think we need a Saga token. So we're in on Blooming Marsh, and then we can get anything. If we play Blooming Marsh, we are off Karn forever, or off field. But hopefully they will play this Blood Moon, not realizing that Saga goes infinite then. So this looks like the Galvanic whatever. Interesting. I can cycle away the intuition and still stop 2 damage next turn. I think this is better. Much appreciated. Yeah, this is fine. This likely takes the Thoughtseize. No, because I have the next one. Sure. This is Ocelot now. A Johnny. Okay. We're going to need a Pithing Needle. Yeah, the Boros deck never seems fun to me. The prepackaged thing. When I first started playing Modern, they had a black white tokens precon. That was fine. Oh. Shoot. Great. That is an early concession. Oh, that is a very early concession. Off to a strong start. Our yeah. I gotta get one of where's the one of those ready for the next Boros because that is a special kind of hate, boy. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll get the game, but I still need to play around a bombardment because Goblin Bombardment of Johnny is a double Pithing Needle thing. I need 2 cards in order to do that, and okay, now we lost a die roll. Let's see. I I'm I'm good with this. So the unban of Mox Opal means that this deck is turned on, so Urza Saga does fix mana. They are down to 5, so I don't think I in the blind Codex Shredder into a fetch land, especially if that fetch land can get blue or black mana. Because right now I'm thinking that they are on a Goryo's Footsteps Blink build, but we'll get some more information because that is an awful lot of speculation for a mill to 5. It could be, heavy combo Amulet or Belcher or something as well. Perfect. Belcher. So we are just digging for black mana now. blooming marshal work. So I think Archaeologist is better than Thundertrap Trainer. And hopefully we can get the other one. Strict Serenade hits artifacts, right? Weird. So they were just F6'd there. I thought that was going to resolve, so I did wipe some revealed cards. We knew about the trainer, we knew about the shoal. They had Flare of Duplication as their last one, which is fine because Thoughts easily through that. So they can use the Flare to protect whatever they have, or I can get it. Great. So Urza Saga's a pretty decent clock here. So this is a chump. We'll get them down to 6, and then even if they have removal, they need... Okay, so we have stuff to do. the mulligan there was really nice for us. I think that worked out pretty well. Ensnaring Bridge is a useless card. Karn is pretty decent. Void Mirror I like. Haywire Might seems relevant. Cursed Totem works. This means that we have pulled in our wish board. I wonder if Ashiok is good. I don't think so. Witherbloom also seems kind of bad. So we just want Karn as additional thing. Getting Karn in play and then thinking about getting something else seems pretty difficult. But between Ghost Vacuum and Haywire Might, we can answer either graveyard artifacts or big stuff. But Strip Mine, Thoughtseize, Pithing Needle, like, this seems great. So they got Lotus Bloom on Suspend. So I think I take Jawari because it is mana source, and these are soft counters. I mean, Void Mirror here just forces the negation. So we want to stifle the Lotus Bloom. We want the Force of Negation out. Force of Negation is out. I changed my mind midstream there. I was going to Ghost Quarter them, and then I thought, oh, if I hit anything else, I can play Mox Opal, Void Mirror, Force through a Shwari Disruption. Like, this seems okay. So they shocked, so I think this is a flare. We're for 0. Okay. Probably should play a Mox Opal first, huh? So we need to get a pithing needle back. I laid it out because I wanted the void mirror in to shut off the lotus bloom, but now that they've gotten one anyway, it's a little rough. We need something proactive. That'll work. Well, like, Karn would be pretty good here. So they suspended a lotus bloom even with the void mirror. I'll take a saga. That's a clock. Which means that if we can fade one more turn of Belcher, then Saga gets ahead of it with their current mana. So there is a second mode on Codex Shredder that is good for us to self-mill, but We are not out of the woods yet. There we go. That's the namesake card we were looking for. Ancient Stirrings to Suppression Ray. Like, they can be cute and use Suppression Ray to buy an extra turn, but I think my turn of Ancient Stirrings is going to be better than their turn of Suppression Ray. Okay, so if they have Tameshi in hand, they might be able to do a combo line because they can make infinite mana and bounce. So even with Charbelcher 1, do I want to risk? Assuming they don't have one already, I'd rather them have a Flare of Denial, definitely. Because Tameshi combo is how they get out of that, because they get 3/6 or 5/6. So they get 18, 21 mana, so they've got enough. Perfect. All right. They're starting off good. It is exactly the kind of fun we were looking to have here. All right, let's go round 3. Ooh, I don't think we can keep this one. I will keep this one, and because I'm leaning on Ensnaring Bridge, we'll pitch Karn. I got a bad feeling about this being a frog deck, and frog deck gets to go under Ensnaring Bridge to get its value. So we desperately need a green or a black source. This gives them advantage, but I think this is namesake card. If they have counter magic, they will use it here. Bowmasters. That is a permanent with mana value 2 or less. Ooh. Psychic Frog also CMC 2 or less. Oh, they already have Bowmasters? Shit. So Frog is too good. We have to get rid of that. If this is Force of Negation, they've got it on our turn. If it's Counterspell, we're screwed. If it's Counterspell, we can't do it on their turn to play around Force of Negation. And if it's Force of Negation, we're screwed anyway. So playing out the Pixis before the Mox is the only notable bit of sequencing there that's relevant. So they've got Frog in hand and another Frog on deck. So we need to figure out how to get this Ensnaring Bridge through. And I think that is by jamming Karn here. Because this looks like Counterspell. And then if it is double Frog, we can play Land, Opal, Bridge, Charm, and get down to nothing. Okay, and then Fatal Push we don't care about. No, tap out, tap out! If they have another Counterspell, we're cooked. Can we wait a turn? If they Counterspell this, I'm a genius. If they don't, and they don't have Counterspell, or they held it for this, we've lost. So hopefully this is the 2-mana blue bluff. Ugh. English is hard. They played very well there. Okay, so it's just blue-black control. I was really excited that they were going to counterspell the thing to protect one, but they did a good job. There's always the temptation to pithing needle polluted delta. I've had it. I've had a surgical polluted delta hit three more, and ever since that high, I have been chasing it for a while. I don't know that it's right. Without getting mana online, there's no way we get ahead in this game. So pithing needle here to then play Codex Shredder, Mox Opal, Thoughtseize is the only reason it's worth it. So that we are specking that we won't hit a land and shutting off a blue-black deck's 4 of assumably fetch puts us in good condition. Good position. Our cards might be in good condition, but we are not. So I could see this eating a 1 mana replicate spell. I could see this being a spell pierce. They're thinking on it. Consign. Thank you. That's what I was trying to come up with. That is unfortunate. But I think sequencing on that, we still lead on Codex Shredder over Mox Opal. But that means that we didn't get the Thoughtseize because we missed the land. And there is a frog. So they'll get one hit in here, but then we can empty out our hand. Or they'll get 2 hits with the frog because it'll be land Mox, or we can Wither Bloom Charm it. But right now they have all of the mana that they could want. Interesting. That means that frog doesn't get through if they don't thought scour. Oh, so they still have a thought scour in hand. So they drew Sink into Stupor. So they can flash in Bowmaster's bounce, and then I can't get under it. So they have Oculus in hand now. So Oculus Island. The Sink is just a great draw for them to get. It's only showing up in the revealed because they drew it after the spell resolution, so there's never a time for me to see it. But if they go for Oculus, I get second Ensnaring Bridge down. This seems better for me. So unless they got a force that I can't see somehow. This would be a force pitch a blue card that isn't Bowmaster's. I'll throw this away. This saves 2 life. That's better. Oh, nice Polluted Delta. Got there. I think we only got there because they screwed up. They should have bounced this with Sink, got in for 3 more. Oh, we take those. So I don't want them to have a counterspell. I didn't want them to have Bowmasters either, but we'll take that. Strategic Betrayal is fine. And now we are in Puppet Master mode. And they have had enough. All right, let's go game 3. So we don't have a good answer to a turn 2 Oculus. And so this is just blue-black Oculus. Cage is now more relevant. So is Crypt. Do we want Deluge? Is that better than these Ashioks? They have a lot of fetch lands. Maybe Crypt is too much, but Cage is okay. Okay. That is great. The needle on Delta hit, but is weak. Um, the goal this turn is to play 2 more artifacts and Opal and make a big construct. So my thought is these are bad. They shouldn't waste a counterspell on them, and they turn on Mox. Mox is the game plan. Countering this stops the Saga, and that is relevant. The Pixis is not, but I think that this is what they've been saving the counterspell for. Great. So we can either play into an unknown counterspell or let them draw a counterspell. That's our scry land. We want that for later. So they picked up a Thoughtseize. And now we're just going to let them flood out. Or our target is going to be, if they do not play a threat, I think that they have interaction. But this could be bad. That is an Oculus. Oh, no, just Thoughtseize me. Thoughtseize me. Don't do that. So Sink into Stupor is the card we're most afraid of right now. So they have 3 unknown cards. The Ensnaring Bridge was nice. So this is one of the situations, if they didn't have a billion power and toughness in play, where Witherbloom commands sacrificing Ensnaring Bridge, allowing constructs to get through would be cool. Okay, I do still have the Shadow Sphere in. So they picked up a thing that is not, I don't want to say not relevant, but not what I'm most afraid of. So far, so good. We've tilted off 2 people, not by doing anything other than playing the game. All right. A 3-0? Pretty strong start for a deck. We haven't really seen Witherbloom Command pop off. It's mostly been the kind of pre-existing Lantern Control shell, but not bad. All right. Let's do it. Adulting, then baking. What are you baking, HT? Condensed milk bread? I've had Irish soda bread, so condensed milk, I normally see sweetened condensed milk, so it's like a sweet bread then? Cool. Oh boy. Gross. I think I take Eldrazi half or Delighted Halfling, then Badger Mole, and then we're set. It looks like they're on some sort of big Eldrazi thing, though. Oh, what the hell? The Thoughtseize bug being real does kind of tilt. Looking for any land. Field of Ruin is probably better than Urza Saga here. Urza Saga guarantees the Karn though, and then I can turn off the Badger Mole stuff. They will never draw that. That's for dang sure. Not drawing that neither. But they do have a fair bit of power in play now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, that was awful. These cards have looked pretty bad. Oh, so this is a couple of spells. Opponent's on a multi-5 makes up for the Thoughtseize bug. My opponent is enjoying very fun play patterns.
Hi, chat. HD, how you doing? You know, this is really far away from your mouth and they probably can't hear you very well.
Is that true?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how quiet is Schultz compared to how quiet I normally am?
It is true. Oh no! I saw where it was and I was like, oh, this is actually in a much better spot because it's not right here where my arm goes. But
I always move it there when I'm not streaming. And then when you're streaming, you gotta put it in front of your face.
Is that any better? Okay, I see that I'm now peaking yellow, so.
Yeah, I think you were in the
Bummer.
40s before. Bye, chat. I just wanted to come and fix the stream for you. I didn't know it was broken, but here we are.
Yeah, you're always louder than me.
Yeah, Veggie just peaks the mic all the time.
Ooh. So think I take Badger Mole and then plan on blowing up the EE. And then I want the bauble to keep Mux Opal online. Man, this guy and the Delighted Halflings, my goodness. It's doing okay. I think we met our match. Oh,
Great.
interesting.
Okay. Then I will see you tomorrow. What do you want open?
So they have one actual unknown. So Cage turns off things. I feel like that's the best bet here. Oof is a pretty good one. So adding those toxic deluges is going to seem real good in a minute. That means one of our exiled cards is our Surveil land. I don't even have an idea on what to name. Turn off the fetch, I guess? Like, I don't think this is an Endbringer deck. Like, I don't want to see a Fleshraker. Like a Bristly Bill, maybe, but... Oh, I should have named Boseiju. That's a good card to have had named. So now we have full information. That feels great. Hey, Alan. I will no longer be able to Toxic Deluge, and one of my Witherbloom commands is already in the yard. Collector Force of Vigor did a pretty good job there. So there goes our clean sweep, but the 1-0 salt off, I think, really balances out the league for me. That's kind of a bad Ancient Stirrings for how many things we hit. So this will be our first time casting card this league, and it's already round 5. There's a Bloodstained Mire we don't care about. Sure. We're 3-1 going into the final round. That mutagenic growth was way better than I thought it was when they initially cast it. I scoffed and then I was like, what the hell is this? And then realized how good it was. But I think that this is just a slow Quarry Steel Cutter in after a Nether Goyf. Good on them. I slow played thinking the Witherbloom charm was going to be better than it was. Oh, wow, SSA. I somehow missed the second message. I am playing Lantern Control, yes. I am hoping that the only cards they have left are removal spells. No, they cycled. That's the collect evidence 5/6. They're bestowing for the extra damage. We'll let them do it, but we are dead multiple different ways. That was a fairly quick clock. So Karn confirmed too slow. I wonder about Void Mirror. Cage seems good. Deluge seems necessary. No, not if we run hot. Cool. Where's that Cling to Dust been? I know it's a one-of, but boy. Yeah, it's Lantern Control by its full government name, but I didn't know it had a nickname. It sure is a lot of fun, and the Witherbloom charm has been fine. I was really excited. There was when I had Carnes in Maine, and it used to be a 3-1 split, and I went down to 2 because I had the double Karn wish, but we're not going to be able to execute that against this opponent. So I cut the Karns and brought the third one into the main. Um, yes, but I don't remember how many. It's at least 2. Um, they used to be in my PO deck for Vintage. I think I'm good for field here. I sleep on a bed of cardboard. I mean, I wish my bed was cardboard. That'd be pretty cool. I recently got a new mattress, and because of that, the ads for all of the targeted stuff is like, hey, you wanna, and they do have a cardboard thing. I mean, just straight up killing the steel cutter has to be better than making 2 constructs and shadow spearing, right? Oh no, that I have one of the plank mattresses, but the bed, what do they call it? The box spring for it. They're like, oh, do you want one that's made out of cardboard? It's great. Look how great it is. And I'm like, you don't have to sell me on cardboard, guy. Like, calm down. But yeah, which I don't know if they're still sponsoring us. Wonderful mattress. But if they want me to say more, we have to confirm that they are in fact still a sponsor. Yeah, and some of them don't make sense. Like a mattress is heard. A mattress is one thing, but like pillows I bought like a couple of times, and every time they're like, "We're gonna do this, 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 and this." They say, "Okay, you want to buy another pillow?" I'm like, "Well, not really." This is so cute. I love this. Oh no, Blooming Marsh, it sucks because I already have 3 lands in play. Better get rid of one real quick. So Rakdos Charm is on Shatter mode, which I assume will hit the Construct token. But that 9-point life swing was pretty good. The sequencing on that cannot have been correct. So I think I will let them draw a Dragon's Rage just because I don't care. It doesn't draw a card. SSA, are you going to Vegas? Combat math is hard. I had actually gone past main phase before I realized I had lethal on board. Okay. So on the draw, I think we do need the Deluge. We can't expect to get hot, and Void Mirror is good to go. We'll trim one of the Pithing Needles, because Street Wraiths felt like a good name. This Cling to Dust could be awesome. We'll find out just how good here in a second. But I think we Inquisition, Saga, Lantern, and then we've got 8 life in hand. That was nice. I think that'll do it for game. I don't know how they come back from that. I think they definitely are supposed to Lava Dart upkeep there. They hit the bobble. That's pretty good. It should send out a notification. If you're following us, you should get notifications. So I am typically Fridays, except this is going to be the last Friday for a bit because we've got some travel trips planned. So I am typically Fridays 2 to 8, 2 to 6, I think is the official time, but I tend to be long-winded. Oh, excellent. We've got meet and greet Friday at 10. I'm saying Friday at 10. I don't know. There's a schedule if you're in the Discord or if you hang out for a minute because our opponent's taken a second. We can confirm. Okay. So then we have that Friday, and then there are patron games throughout the rest of the weekend. So I'll throw this one in there. If you are coming and meeting us, I can't speak for everybody, but I work very well with online names, and this is the Jim Davis pro tip, as in he's the one who said it. Is when you come up, say, "Hi, I'm Schultz. I'm SSA. I'm Broach," and just have it be that we know who you are. See, now that makes it easy. That's a good reference there, Red Shirt. I think that all of the Spider-Men that they've had have been wonderful. When they get a Corey Steelcutter, I feel like I wouldn't have allowed that. Hey, Rihanna Gaming, welcome to the channel. Hopefully, you are a fan of disgusting lantern control things. Oh, then you are in the right place. Maybe the wrong day because I am not the best in our squad, but I do enjoy me some Commander. All right, so if they misplay, we can do things. So we need them to cast a pre-combat Dragon's Rage Channeler. because the cling to dust allows us to exile a thing, but not necessarily two. Yeah, Ronick. Wednesday, Veggie does literally that. That is his weekly Wednesday segment. Every week is deck tech review and deck construction for the show. So because of the lava dart, we couldn't play through the blood crypt putting a land in, but our goal is to cut this nethergoyf out. Because this is not optional. So this has to attack, and I want my construct to eat it. Because they're playing scared because they know of deluge. And so then they have to lava dart, surveil this in, flashback lava dart, surveil second thing. Hey, Soren the Great. Lightning Army is awesome. But that's the thing about Commander that is fun is you get to have that flexibility because you don't have to do something that is this insufferable. Right now we're doing a little bit of modern stuff. And typically we do like some pre-modern. Yeah, they should have tried to turn this on beforehand. Okay, they are going to hit it. It's going to cost them everything. They have Lava Dart, Dragon's Rage Channeler in hand, and I have a full board. So this this will wrap it up. I like how my creature dies, and I'm like, yep, that's game. So right now, our goal is to make sure they never get another red mana. So they can have the quarry. Yeah, the lantern control is I have this and you know it and you can concede, but there's always that chance, and my goal is to manipulate that probability into being a 0% chance. So I got one more game left in this one. It's 5:45 and I have till 7. So how do you guys want to kill an hour? We probably won't get another league in. What are the fun things that Magic Online is doing now? Yeah, Vintage Cube Elimination Draft is the only thing I see that is limited fun. Oh, I don't blame them. It is not a fun thing to try and slog through. Ooh, a control deck. What are you doing, Martyr? I'm hoping this is like Martyr of Sands Martyr. That would be awesome. Interesting. I can try and play through a counterspell or through a Bowmaster. I'd rather they spend 2 mana in a turn countering a Codex Shredder or a Pixis. But Esper Control seems like something we can deal with. Because right now they're thinking Yogg. That's a shame. We want them to draw nothing but lands, and that is certainly something besides a land. I think there definitely is. So Spell Snare is the only card we know about. And they just got to look 4 deep. Did they really find a counterspell? Or are they going to draw the clue token? Draw the clue token. That is reasonable. Okay. Interesting. So Cursed Totem gets taken, but I can snag the Ensnaring Bridge now. And now they can decide whether they want to kill Karn with Psychic Frog. Oh, they're going to. It is player or planeswalker. But this is likely the last attack Frog gets. Those Thoughtseize were either very lucky or we've played this well. I just want to make sure I had enough fetchables to keep going with the Verdant Catacombs plan. They got me for a second. I was like, oh, I wonder what they're doing. Like, I want the Ashioks. I don't think they're good. I don't know that we're ever going to find a pocket to get Karn in again. This seems good. Lantern Codex. Show me up. Just why don't you, opponent? All of these are bad. EE is the worst. It is really tempting to try and take and convert the Bowmasters. What? We're going to fetch, shock, counterspell instead of consign? That can't be right. I think I'm okay with a cling. So Saga stifles Tamio, so they can't alt, and Saga also stifles Bowmasters, so we are on the let them draw lands. Okay, I guess how many Bowmasters does Saga stifle? All right. They just got back the edict, so I'm not sure why the concession there, but we take those. So maybe not the best deck in the world, 3-2-4-1, but man, that and don't tell my psychiatrist, but that brings me joy. All right, now I am typically not an islands person. But we don't have enough time for a league. We do have time for a match that I can drag out for as long as possible. If you like indeterministic wins, do I have a deck for you? This is High Tide. High Tide is wonderful. When TOA came to Portland for the event in January, I finished out my playsets of Time Spiral, and we get to take lots and lots of game actions. So we'll see how many of these we can, burn through. Oh. Oh. So this looks okay to me. So if this is Pox, well, that's not great. It could be the lantern control. The lantern control. The cradle control, which would be fine. SSA. My feeling is hurt. So they should take Brainstorm here given the information that they have. So I'm curious what their deck does. I stacked that wrong for sure. In my head, I was putting them down. I don't do a lot of blue. I mean, if this is another removal spell, I'm fine with it. But all we have to do is hit a couple of land drops. Once Upon a Time is fine. This is looking more like a lands deck than the... Hey. The slower you want to play, the happier I am. Ooh, woo, it's Tammy. Oh, look, look. That's why it's in the deck. It is in the deck because it is the most broken card in Legacy. Okay, I say that. There are a lot of cards that aren't good. But a 1 mana card like this does so much. Like this, Tamio just bought me 2 turns. Shaved a turn off the clock. Got them to fetch a pithing needle, not a... maybe they don't have pithing needle. Maybe they're getting the speed boot. but it just blanked all those insect tokens, which cost them 2 land drops. So like, it feels pretty good. Yeah, this skateboard. Not the skateboard. I was thinking the one that has ward. But I would have been at 9, 14, 15 lower life. Oh, 100%. So I will take 15 life for a 1 drop. So this is digging for additional high tides and turnabouts. So we'll blow 1 more ponder for a turnabout. All right, we haven't fizzled yet. See, this is still fun. Okay. So land stuff. What do we want? We'd like it to Fairy's Realm, and Harbinger seems free. Yes, but if I targeted them and they milled out, that's good. If it targets me and I mill out and they're able to remove uh, Jace, then I'm screwed. And if it doesn't work and there's something that they've got, then Time Spiral gets there. Now, is it worth playing around Elvish Spirit Guide, Manamorphose, uh, Bowmaster's Pyroblast? Like, I don't know. But Dress Down seems great. This Tameo is fine. So I don't care about my hand, but I do care about my lands. I should just get that on a shirt. Oh, Witherbloom command, not charm. Weak. So if you told me our opponent on High Tide was going to DC, not our opponent on Lantern, I think I'd have lost that bet. I know them though, so I expect them to be back. I expect this to be a real disconnect, not a salt off. But there's a couple of you. We will be in Vegas next weekend, so I will be gone. And then I'm going to my sister's graduation, so I will be gone. And then I'm going to the Cool Stuff Inc. Uh, in Dallas. So if you are in, I think just USSA. I don't know about that. There he is. But this is my, hey, I think this card might be good. Somebody else is playing it too. Like it's a common. It's not going to be worth anything. I think that it is just a card powerful enough to do things to excite people. Huh. We could fizzle here. No, SSA, he wasn't leaving. He was leaving the opinion on the most broken card in Legacy. Um, like I think with Turnabout in hand, I want one more High Tide because I am a greedy boy. I think you are very close to being correct, Knight of Bawa. Days, Gush, like Gush is banned because Island is too powerful. There's very little arguing to be had with Island being the best of the basics. But I do like a good choke, boil, tsunami. There's a lot of good land hate for Island, and if anybody clips that and takes it out of context, uh, I'm gonna be terribly embarrassed and really won't do too much else. So yeah, but like the Gush Armageddon play pattern in pre-modern is so good. Ooh. Ship this. Okay. Oppo going to 4, so that is good signs. What the hell is this? So we've got Force Pitch Brainstorm, and in 2 turns, we've got the combo. I do not like a Flesh Raker. That was good. That putting the force back because of the cavern into the chalice is just, I don't know that I ever play around that. Shit. Okay. So we want consigns, dress downs, Hercles, Teferis. Do we want Harbingers? I don't know. Hercule might be too much. Tiamio seems good, actually. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, it's another version. It's an upgraded version of the tribal the it's a updated version of the non-uncounterable swords to or Cavern of Souls. I don't think I dressed down this. Thank you, officially, Sephora. I appreciate the code giveaway. Hopefully that works for somebody. All right. Who thinks we can do it on 3? Like we could play into trap here. There's a number of things. Cool. Stomped by Stompy. Fitting. Not fun. Not fun at all. Unfun play patterns. We're supposed to ban those. Stupid Raker. I think Raker was more obscene. Okay. K Command is the most obscene. The fact that that card is still legal is insane. But Eldrazi should have a drawback for getting the most powerful things in the whole goddamn world. And the drawback shouldn't be, oh, your modal spell is a scry X draw in the infinite mana, stockpile X infinite mana. Hey, the King Sheep, this is MTGO, Magic the Gathering Online. It is the number one best place to play Magic online. Better than Arena because you own the cards. Better than Arena because it's not so predatory. It is officially recognized by Wizards. It has eternal formats. The lands tap, unlike Arena. I don't like Arena. I say that. I like Arena. Arena's a great thing to do to pretend to play Magic while you're waiting for your other games to load. I don't know a lot of fair decks running duress, so this makes me nervous. I'm thinking it's Doomsday. I wanted more gas than island. I like all of those. I think that this is Doomsday, but they might be taking it a little bit slow because I am high tide. They do have days. It does not look like they are taking it slow because I am high tide. We have lost this game. We just want to see if they went for the fast pile as well. So they didn't go for the turbo pile, but that seems good. Consigns to memories, dress downs. I think that's it. And then we want the Tamios early. The snap would actually be kind of funny, and then we can trim on a Chase and a Lorian. I expect Brainstorm to go here, but we'll see what opponent thinks. Opponent agrees. This is a little bit aggressive, but I think that I'm happy playing it this way. So unfortunately, we had to wait for the One Ring to wear off because we decided to out Jace. And that is lethal? Damn. Alright. Last one, and then we're gonna call it. So if anybody... Oh, Squeeman! Where did I just see your name? Oh, the deck tech thing. Did you get to... Oh, maybe we haven't uploaded the VOD yet. I don't know. That is not something I am a contributing member to. That is a thing I know, but... Awesome. I got to play in a game, and one of the players cast Squee, like original Squee, and it made me very happy. Mostly because you are good people, and that made me think of you. Punishing Waterfalls. Now that's a name I recognize. That's pretty much what I recognize him for. Plays a lot of slower decks, a lot of Jund, Abzan, Naya piles. Nicely done, Red Shirt. Op is calling me out, saying that I am a scummy little dirty boy for playing Tameo, and he is absolutely right.
Are you being a scummy, dirty little boy?
I don't like it so much when you say it, but...
But you like it when he says it?
No, he says, weren't you an honorable Lance player? And I might have embellished a little bit. Legacy is about broken, but it had a balance that wasn't, these 7 new cards every month. Um, when we got a card that broke its way into Legacy, we were excited about it, and we try to play things that weren't good enough. So we need a little something to help here. I threw away that Tamio a little bit hastily. I found the help. So I'll do that for the first one. If they Orum's chant a second time, a little bit of an early concession there, but this is the kind of matchup we're looking for. I didn't see any creatures, so I'm not sure what they're on. So maybe Dress Down isn't right. Teferi's Realm and Harbinger seem great. No. Maybe not Harbinger. Teferi's Realm over Dress Down might be the play. They seem very prepared for Tamio, so if they have too much more, we'll go ahead and nix it. But that works for me. We'll see if we can't squeak out the 3-2. Yeah, there's services that have like a stockpile of all of the cards, but you can either get them by drafting, but you don't craft anything with imaginary tickets. You open imaginary packs. And so it's... All right, we're not going to fire this one. I'm getting the dinner bell. We will go ahead and send you guys over. I believe Carlo is streaming. It like people are like NFTs. I'm like, what did it ever buy that? And they're like, hey, do you want to buy 4 Grafdigger's Cage on Moto? I'm like, sign me up. And they're like, what are you doing?
Every Domino's pizza is half off right now. Plus, I heard their new slice sauce is free with pan or stuff.
Good night, Squeeman. Good night, Red Shirt. Is Carlo not on anymore? No, there he is.
More land to do this. But in any event, my creatures are going to have to block, because this thing is 5 with Menace. So, like,
Good night, HD.
going to die, but Riddler's going to be able to positively block their land, unless they have a removal spell. Something like that. Oh yeah, welcome in, Mermaid. Greatly appreciate the follow. We're playing some standard.
All right. It'll be a while. I might see some of you in person, but I will likely not be streaming for the next couple of weeks. So we'll have some catch up next time. If you've got any decks, send them to me, ping me in Discord. Otherwise, I will see you in person or in May. Have a good one.